For today's show, I was struggling to find an intro. But let's start anyway, let's go. It's Wednesday, 8 p.m, kickoff in the Champions League is Arsenal versus Monaco. Due to injury, there'll be no flow. That's Balogun, if you didn't know. Welcome to the preview. Here we go, people. It is Arsenal versus Monaco.
Can I ask you a question? How long did you work on that one?
This one was tough. As you can see at the beginning of it, I was struggling. It took me a long time.
You need to get a Nicholas Yova type person to help you work on your punchlines, man.
If you was at the Fulham one though, the Fulham one was top tier. Turkish, he's off camera said he liked it. But so that was a good one. I spoke about Nicholas Yova in that as well on set pieces. All right, he's not happy. Let's just start because I want to get through this Arsenal Monaco breakdown preview. 6th game in the Champions League. Let's just start. How serious should we be taking it? Now the league's not done. I'm not going to say that, but I woke up this morning thinking, there is a chance we could push for Champions League. Or is that being really unrealistic, Turkish? Is it something that Arsenal should be taking serious? Is it still too far to say?
What did you just say? You woke up thinking what?
Like, we got to take Champions League I know people want the Champions League, but because of the Premier League feels like it's slipping away. How serious should we be taking this Champions League competition?
I don't know what to say about people like you, man. I swear to you, man. It's like, how can after a draw with Fulham, you wake up thinking about Champions League?
I know, but I just feel like, because I woke up thinking, what's the next game? Oh, it's Monaco.
Champions League.
I know, we still got to go into like the knockout stages and whatnot, but I just feel like Arsenal really need to take it serious. Not saying that we won't, but I just feel like it's something that we can actually go and compete for this season. I think we're in it's 7 versus 8th. We're in that top 8 so far. If we win, we stay in that top 8. We can qualify. It's something I think we should be really considering this season.
Yeah, but it's still the group stage essentially, or league stage, whatever you want to call it. So we should get through top 8. That's what we should do for the club we are. The form we've shown over the last 2 years, maybe not this season. When you consider the ups and downs so far and how light we are in certain positions and how much we got to change it up tactically because of certain people maybe not being present.
But we should qualify in the top 8 is what you're saying.
We should qualify, and we've got 2 home games now that we should be winning. To be honest with you, I'd rather a league game right now, because as much as I feel like it's gone, and I felt like that when it originally went to 9 points, it's like you got to bounce back from that. Whereas Champions League, really and truly, February is the time to start worrying about that. When you're getting your knockout games in the last 16, who you've drawn and who you're about to face at crunch time, 1 leg, 2 legs. Yeah, that's when big teams really need to worry about Champions League. But the league form, I can't just forget that like that.
And you said it's done. You just said there, so it's done for you, but it was 9 points. So even if we beat Fulham, you would have thought, and it would have been, I think it's a 4-point gap, because obviously Liverpool didn't play, you would still think, listen, it's not happening.
I don't think it was a blessing for us that Liverpool game got cancelled. I would have rather they played that, if I'm honest.
No, I'm with you, because now they're going to have players back like McAllister and that.
So now it's essentially back to 9. That's how I'm going to look at it. Think of the worst case, that they get the 3 points whenever that game is scheduled, and be happily surprised if they don't, rather than think that they're not going to get any points and then be very disappointed that they do.
Fair.
So at this moment in time, it's back to square one essentially, and by that I mean back to 9 points, a 3-game swing plus a trip to Anfield. So the league, look, you've asked if it went to 4 points, would I have felt the same? If it went to 4 points, which it should have done,
yeah, fact.
Then I would have thought, okay, I still think that Liverpool get 3 points. I'm still going to look at that one like that in terms of the Everton game. But we've done what we needed to do. And I never denied that there wouldn't be a roller coaster ahead in terms of the title race. But when a team's 3 games in front, it's, they're at that moment in time, it's not a race. It's like Bolt being a few meters in front and thinking you can catch him up. Now listen, Liverpool haven't been Bolt over the last couple of years. That's been City. But they've still got great players. They've got killers. They've got players that want to prove themselves potentially in the last year of their contract. There's 3 of them there. There's players, either they want to prove themselves for a new contract, or they want to go out with a bang. Either way, that doesn't bode well when you're going up against that sort of team with those sort of players in a title race. So even if we do get back in it, which I do think the gap will close from 9 at some points, it might extend to roller coaster.
They could. I think you're encapsulating my feelings when I woke up this morning though. I woke up, we didn't win, and I thought if we win all the games in December, then we'd be fully back in this title race, but we didn't. So I was thinking, it feels like now it's slipping, but what's next? And I said, Champions League. Granted, you're spot on. It's too early to really be saying, this is a must-win trophy, but I have a bit of hope and belief in this competition. Looking forward, it's hard to not talk about the performance happened on the weekend and think about the Premier League glory, but Monaco at home, we haven't conceded at home in the Champions League so far. We won 2-0 and 1-0. Monaco, they've been all right. I know you've probably done some research, but how are you feeling ahead of this game? Do you feel like it's a game that Arsenal should win quite comfortably or not?
For me, first and foremost, it's like a welcome distraction to the Premier League, because the one good thing about this game, aside from it obviously being a Champions League game, is that it kind of takes a little bit off the focus of what happened against Fulham. So, it's a new challenge. Monaco are a decent team. I think they've got the same exact same record in the Champions League that we've got, although we're one place ahead of them. So listen, man, I'm sure it will be competitive, but you would expect Arsenal to win, definitely. They have to win, you know what I mean? So I'm hoping that they put the performance of the weekend behind them and take care of business on Wednesday.
It's funny, they play a 4-2-3-1, so similar to what West Ham play. Now, I don't know if they're going to come I'm assuming they're going to come and do a low block and whatnot, but we struggled against Fulham. They did a 4-2-3-1 as well, but their pitch, from my opinion, felt smaller. Their shape was really good. I think there'll be chances for Arsenal because I feel like the pitch is bigger at Emirates, we could exploit spaces better when we're at home, so it should be better. Silly question, do you think we'll score from open play, or will it be another set piece?
Let's hope so, man. Let's hope so.
Do you care? Do you not care?
No, I don't care. I don't care.
Listen, of course you care when you're not creating chances against Fulham.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? Maybe
because people are poking us with that stick. You lot are just a set piece team at first. As long as we're winning.
Can I qualify that statement?
Go on.
It's not that I don't care. It's just that, Turkish is right. You want to see your team play expansive football and score goals the way Arsenal have always played or always want to play. Having said that, if teams put up a low block and you have to try and find other ways of scoring, and listen, man, I've got absolutely no problem. In fact, I credit the club on working on something like that. You know what I mean? I think that's good tactics, good innovation. I like to see stuff like that. So listen, I'm not gonna do the club down for their prowess on set pieces. I think that's a good part of your armoury. Why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? If you've created a way of scoring goals from set pieces, and we've done 23 since the start of last season now. Why wouldn't you? Be remiss of you not to. That being said, though, we do want to see Arsenal play more expansive football. And the problem that I'm seeing at the moment is that we're over-dependent on a couple of players on that right-hand side, namely Odegaard and Saka. You know what I mean? Teams have obviously worked out, said, look, if you can try and nullify that side or keep them inhibited, then Arsenal's left side is nowhere near as affectionate.
Yeah, is that glaring? Effective. Is that glaring to you?
Yeah, it's obvious.
I was sat in the stands thinking, we're not. This left side is really
and it's a real
letting
problem.
us down, if I'm being honest, and it's a shame.
Real problem.
And also the set piece thing, fans. It's mad to experience it when was there. We're literally celebrating every corner like a guy. It's mental.
Some of that is light-hearted, no?
No, it is, but it's loud, bro. We are singing set piece again. Which I don't think is actually a problem, because we do play good football, and if you're scoring that way, at least as long as you're scoring and winning the game. Unfortunately, we didn't end up winning the game on the weekend, but I don't think it's so much of a problem. But I get the point of view.
You know what it is though as well, right? I have to say this, right?
Football.
Even though I've said what I've said about the left side and being expansive, it's a little bit ironic that here we are talking about lack of goals when we've just seen Arsenal score 13 goals in the last 3 games before Fulham. And now, because we've had the disappointment against Fulham, everyone's saying, you know what I mean, we can't score goals. So we do need to take it a little bit into context, you know what I mean?
Fulham was United, we didn't create anything on the ground, really.
Yeah, but then Sporting and West Ham, we go and batter a team. But you
know what I'm saying, though? We scored 5 goals back-to-back, and then we got the 3 against Forest, 2 against United, and now we've had the disappointment against Fulham. Everyone's saying, we can't score goals. So that's not really the case, is it?
Yeah.
And that is the ultimate example of recency bias in football.
You're right.
You know what I mean? People just look at the last go, disaster. No. Fulham did their due diligence. I think we digress a little bit onto Premier League, but they did their due diligence. They nullified Saka and Odegaard. A bit like what Man United did in the first half as well, by the way.
Yep.
And we weren't able to circumnavigate that. Disappointing, but like I said, the game against Monaco gives us an opportunity to try and put that right.
No, you make a good point though to say, like, we have been scoring goals. It just feels in the last 2 games, like you said, it's just that left side's been a bit glaring, and we are relying on set pieces. But they have got players that kind of stand out for me for Monaco though. Minamino, he'll be returning. I think he can be quite a threat. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the intro, there's no Balogun due to a shoulder injury, so he won't be able to make his, I don't know, whether a revenge arc, I don't really know of him coming back here to Emirates. That won't be happening anyway.
It's not revenge, but you would have, if you're Balogun and you're coming back, you're going to want to stick it on us.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. He didn't leave in the... I don't think
Smith Rowe would have said that, and he didn't really do anything yesterday, did he, against Arsenal? So it's one of them.
Yeah, that's fair to say. I asked Turkish this on the last preview. Is our squad depth good enough? I asked him this before the Fulham game because we're relying on Kivior to come in. I think a lot of fans say he was at fault for the goal against Fulham. The likes of, this left back position right now is a conundrum. We're going to be doing a Predicted 11 video, so make sure you look out for that. But I don't know, like, we're not going to go into Predicted 11 now, but Zinchenko, Tierney could be available for this game. He's obviously named in the 26-man squad. I think I've seen fans even putting him, saying play him on Wednesday night. So
yeah. But you know what it is though? I think the problems that we've had lie further up the pitch than the defence.
Wow,
I don't think the defence is that problematic, to be honest.
So instead of the left defending side, you're more
the left attacking side is the issue for me.
Your thoughts around that? Is that a fair comment to say, or is it both? That whole now I'm thinking about it, the whole left side is it's disrupted. Is it an issue for you? Is it becoming way too much of an issue? Attacking or defending?
We're not in a good place, man.
It's mad. It's weird, isn't it?
It's just, I don't even like. I'm not.
Was you saying that after Man United?
This is the thing.
I'm not really up for it like that. Like, it's just like, because
you're a miserable bastard.
Yeah, well, people tend to say that. It's not the first time I've heard that. Won't be the last. Been called worse. All of that. I don't really mind. To be honest with you.
Is that realization right now, or is that you've known, like? Because you'll go back to the summer window. You're going back to not just in Australia. There's a lot of things you go back to. Or
I'm talking about this Monaco game. This is what we're talking about.
Yeah, in particular.
It's just like, why did Mikel move Timber from right back to left back? Why did he do that? If you're bringing Lewis Skelly on against City and against Liverpool, when we need to much high pressure moments than what it would have been starting him against Fulham, why is it that Zinchenko's out? And bear in mind that Lewis Skelly came on ahead of Zinchenko in a couple of those games, but Zinchenko's out, who you started against United, so you flipped the script.
I must admit, I was a little bit
put Lewis Skelly
taken aback when I saw that.
You've done it.
And when I saw Jorginho in midfield,
this just proves that Tierney's on the bench. I don't even want to see Tierney anymore. I don't get it twisted. I'm not saying like Tierney needs to, but he's just on the bench for image. This again shows that our squad is not good enough. If you've just got a player there,
was more striking.
You've got to have him there.
It's more striking to me.
Forget playing him. There's no need. Like, we don't need him anymore. But he's just there.
But then why is he there? Like, you have to, at some point you're going to have to sell him. At some point he's going to have to...
but that's the squad building that's come into question this season.
No, but shall I tell you something that was more striking for me?
Go on.
Why is Sterling not being played?
Oh, Laurie, please, man. I just said I'm not up for this. And then this guy asked me about Sterling.
No, but we got him. Whether you like it or not, we acquired him in January. He's hardly played.
Hey, we're a bit of a mess. I'll be real.
That's what I'm saying. Listen to the conversations we're having. Like crazy. We're meant to be going for a title. We're saying why Sterling.
No, but
did
you say that when we got him?
Did I say you were sitting with me when we got him? What do you mean? Did I say that? You know
what
I said.
What did you say?
You know what I said.
But then he saw the welcome video. So there might be a bit of
I feel I need to qualify this right. I wanted a striker. I was with you. I said, listen, we need a striker. But when we got Sterling, the likes of Robbie and even myself, we were saying, you know what? Okay, give him a chance.
We need a killer
to see what
left
he
wing.
can do. We've already said that the left wing is not working, right? And we've got Sterling just sat there on the bench with his hood up over his head, just guarding himself from the cold. Why are we not using him? Can someone tell me why that is?
Not good enough.
So why did we get him there?
Image. So people can dance on deadline day, which they did. Dance, they did.
All right. We've got to focus in on the game ahead. I'm going to read some of the comments from Adi Herta, who's the manager of Monaco. He said, while realistic about the difficulty of the task, stressed his team's intent to compete. He said, we know Arsenal are one of the best teams in the world. He said, but we cannot simply rely on a low block. We'll have to defend intelligently and use our opportunities. And in their respective league, in Ligue 1, I think they're joint second for most goals conceded. No,
sorry.
For most goals conceded. So they are very good defensively. I just think attacking wise, with the some of the people that are out, I think they shouldn't be able to score goals. I'm going to lead on this into our score prediction. I don't expect them to score a goal actually in my score prediction. And then defensive, I think they're missing their captain as well due to injury as well. So their defense has been altered as well. So for me, this is quite a good game for Arsenal to bounce back on. If I'm being real, I know.
Like I said, it's a welcome distraction.
Monaco, but yeah, I think
it's a welcome distraction because, like I said, the mood after yesterday's performance was downbeat. Everybody was like,
the mood in this preview is that as well.
Yeah. No, but I'm kind of striking a note of positivity. I'm saying, look, Fulham's gone now. The one thing I love about football, right, is that within a couple of days you're playing again, so you get a chance to put the previous performance behind you, especially if it's not a good one, which the performance against Fulham clearly wasn't. Champions League, we're all excited to be in it again. We're up against a team who, let's face it, Arsenal should beat at home. I'm not saying they will beat, but they should beat. And if we beat them, which hopefully we do, not only does it give us a better chance of what Turkish was talking about, finishing the top 8, we can also look forward then to the weekend's game against Everton with renewed optimism. So that's how I feel about the game against Monaco.
Well, let's run the score predictions Turkish. Let's do with the thing you're in right now. What do you want to see, and what do you think the score? So what score? What do you want to see? What scoreline do you want to see, and what do you actually think it's going to be? Or if they're different.
I haven't thought about that deeply, man. Just go win the fucking game 2-0, man. just listen. 2-0.
No, but like you said, you want to score. You said you want to see expansive football, not just set pieces. You like there must be like a smoking you want to see to kind of repay back from the weekend's performance, or you not care like you said.
Our squad's in a place where we're going to win games and then we're going to slip up. We're going to win games and then we're going to slip up.
Yeah.
So as much as Laurie said, it's the next game and that's the beauty of football and what it's not. For me, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, I can tell. You're looking.
You can't not look back. You have to look back, learn from mistakes. You have to look back because recent history will have an impact on what happens in May.
Yeah.
So as much as the next 3, 4, 5 weeks we can go on a winning run and win 10 games.
Did you say you're a glass half full, Robert?
Depends on the situation. It really depends on the situation.
Or glass half empty. No, listen, I get that, but what I'm saying is, with the game coming on Wednesday, it gives us a chance not to dwell on what happened. Because, if we hadn't had this game against Monaco, right, we're spending the whole week sort of going back on who did this wrong and why didn't they do this, and you know what I mean? If we get a good performance against Monaco, which I'm expecting, then we have renewed optimism going into our next game. That's how it works.
Yeah, but like I said, our squad's not in a place where you or anyone can see us pull off the run we need to pull off in the league. And like I said, I'm not worried about Champions League till February. So people shouldn't think I don't care about the Champions League. I do, but February, then we'll talk about it seriously.
Yeah, but these are the games you have to win in order to get to February.
Yeah, and I expect us to win it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. If we don't, then we'll address that. Trust me on that. But just go do what you need to do here, because in the league you haven't been doing what you should be doing, what you've needed to do. It's not just Liverpool above us, Chelsea are above us. Come on, man, all this process phase stuff all of these years. We had the transfer window we had, leaving our squad the way it is now. And I'm meant to turn around and click my heels if we beat Monaco and have a clean sheet and, lap it all up and be excited again. It's 2025 next year. Be excited was 2019, no? Yeah. 6 years. When does that?
We need a
win. Sell by
That's the bottom line, isn't it?
We need a win Wednesday and on the weekend.
And I think we will get the win.
We need to keep on winning games. But Laurie, for you, score prediction.
Listen, Monaco are a decent side. I have done a little bit of research on them. They are third in their table. They've got decent Champions League record, very similar to ours. It's not going to be an easy game, I would have thought. But the fact that we're at home gives us the edge, obviously. And I just think that if we do click into gear, then we should win by a couple of goals. So I'm going 3-1. How about that? 3 goals, might concede a goal, but hey, 2 clear goal win.
3-1 Laurie, 2-0 Turkish, like you said, 2 clear goals from both of you. 3-0 to Arsenal. I think.
Why are you saying 3-0?
It's what I want to see more than what I think's going to happen. That's what I want to bounce back.
But what I would say as well, there are a couple of players in this team now, man. They've got to start stepping up. Martinelli, Trossard. He's not featured much, but if he gets the opportunity, which I think he might do on Wednesday, Sterling's got to show out. Havertz, He's got to do some. Jesus.
Hold it though. We're doing a predict 11, and it's going to be interesting to see who we put forward.
No, but
we're going to discuss
the point I'm trying to make is there's certain man in there, man. Come on. Time to step up.
Make sure you tell them
too
to predict 11.
over-dependent on certain players. The other man got to step up.
Yeah, so for me, 3-0 is what I want to see. I want to see a performance like we saw against PSG here in the Champions League. We need to see a better performances from Arsenal from what we saw on the weekend. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you agree with us, don't agree with us. Do you feel the way we feel, or he feels, or not? You let me know.
Miserably look.
No, but
Listen, I'm talking about Arsenal at the moment. We're not in a good place. What do you want me to be?
Optimistic.
Should we talk about my son? We can talk about my son and I'll be smiling. It's been nice. I'm actually vexed I had to come here and record this right now because we was doing Lego before. You see, he smiles. But Arsenal, alright, predicted 11. Let's fucking talk.
Alright, people.
That's what it is.
We'll see you on the Predict 11 video. Take care.